Hey, welcome to Explore This and today's weekly rundown, which is a series that I'm going to be doing every week to map out for you what I'm going to be focusing on for Explore This, both from the video editing standpoint, what shows I'm creating, but also where are the new locations that I want to go to create new content and new episodes for you so we can focus on even more awesome adventures that are epic and fun and tasty. I'm really digging the setup. I got 𝗘𝗍𝗣𝗚𝗏𝗧𝗏 with me, hanging out with me today, in case you're wondering why do I call him 𝗘𝗍𝗣𝗏𝗧𝗏. This beautiful baby, you put 5 ice cubes on it once a week, and that's all you need to do to take care of it. So say hello to 𝗘𝗍𝗣𝗏𝗧𝗏. He's the best. What I'm really loving is this setup is awesome. I did a behind the scenes video actually showing how I set up Explore This for the episodes itself and how I designed the set with the maps and the props and how do I move everything with the lighting. But I gotta tell you, I'm digging this setup because I've got all this natural light coming right in and I'm loving the mixed vibe with the painted wall on the map and the wood grain over here. So part of why I wanna do these weekly rundowns is one, to bring you along the journey with me. I want you to get the feeling of all of it, not just the episodes when they're finished and edited and gorgeous and amazing and fun, but I want to actually bring you into the world of like what happens behind the scenes. How does someone put together a show when they're figuring out locations, compiling years worth of footage, creating a video content schedule, what I want to shoot every week, what are the new things I want to edit every week, where are the new locations that I want to go. And then ultimately what's actually happening behind the scenes. So as I'm going to the computer and I'm editing and going into the software, like what does that look like and what's that entire process like? The second reason why I want to do these weekly rundowns is because it gives you an opportunity to also not only be on the journey with me, but share feedback with me. I'd love to hear from you on what ideas you like based on some of the questions I want to share with you. So first question for you is, how are you liking the setup here in contrast to the setup I did for the Antelope Island episode I just dropped and the behind the scenes videos I just dropped last week? Let me know how you're liking the vibe. I personally am a big fan of changing up the backgrounds because it just makes it more fun and more engaging. So let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Now let's map out what is on the rundown for this week. I've got a really big editing project that I'm really excited about. What I also want to do in this rundown is I'm actually going to take you to the screen and show you some of the elements I'm so excited about for this project and what it looks like in Adobe Premiere in the video editing side. So the big project that I have in front of me is the Milford Track videos that I have. The Milford Track is one of the great walks of New Zealand. It is 33.5 miles over the course of 3 days. You're staying in phenomenal backcountry lodges and you go through beautiful rainforest all the way up to alpine terrain with vista views of fjords. And the footage I got from this trip was absolutely otherworldly, unreal, because we end up getting these torrential rains on day 2. And then when we are getting up to the highest point, the temperature drops. So the rain turns to sleet, then to hail, and then to a full whiteout. And I'll tell you more in the videos. But what was so amazing about that entire experience is that at a point, all of the clouds parted and all of the tops of fjords were covered with snow. I got footage of an amazing avalanche. It's like being in the set of Avatar. I'm so excited to share this footage with you. So one of the things that I'm trying to figure out is how can I take ultimately 5 days of footage, because it's a 3-day trek. But technically day 1 is a boat ride to get to the first hut where you stay overnight before starting the trek the next day. And that's a whole experience. And then day 5 is a boat cruise on the Milford Sound. And if I try to compile this into one video, because not only am I going to shoot stuff here, doing some voiceovers and narrations of all the footage, I've also got a lot of on-site footage where I'm talking to you in real time as I'm doing the trek. So I'm trying to figure out how do I piece this all together, because if I were to do it as one video, it's going to be gargantuan. I mean, it could be a 45 to 60 minute video, which is way too long for YouTube, way too long for attention spans. I want to break this into a couple of different segments. So here's what I'm thinking, and I'd love your feedback in the comments. I want to break this down into 3 days, 3 episodes. And I'm thinking episode 1 should be arriving to the hut, giving you a sense of what the backcountry hut is like, your first sneak peeks of the fjords, and then day 1. And then I want to make episode 2 going to be all about going up the McKinnon Pass, and it was scary. There were torrential rains, there were avalanches. You got to see so many different landscapes in one day that is enough in a really beautiful 8 to 12 to 15 minute episode. And then day 3, allowing that to be the completion of the track. Getting to the end, seeing the sign with the 33.5 miles that I've completed it, and taking you through this journey. So I would love your feedback on that and what your thoughts are. It'd be really awesome to hear from you in the comments. So my ultimate goal this week is to be able to have those episodes fully edited, fully produced. That means music and cuts and transitions and voiceovers, figuring out what footage I want to keep and not, and really piecing all of this together. And then I'll talk to you about the second thing I'm working on this week in a minute. But what I want to do is I'm going to go to the screen and I want to share with you some of the really cool elements that I'm going to be bringing into these Milford episodes. I'm just dying. I'm freaking out. This is going to be so fantastic. And then we'll come back to here and I'll break down for you what else is on tap this week for our weekly rundown. All right, so the first thing that I want to show you that I'm really excited about that I'm going to be editing down is some amazing helicopter footage of Fiordland National Park. I cannot even tell you how rare it is for this to even happen because Fiordland National Park doesn't have a lot of aerial traffic. You can't have any drones to get any kind of footage. But there was actually a helicopter pilot I found who several years ago created these amazing videos of the entire Fiordland region. And I reached out to him asking, hey, would it be possible for me to be able to share some of the clips of the videos? Because I not only want to give you a sense of what it is like actually doing the Milford Track, but I want you to get a sense of the landscapes that we're in and that we're going to be experiencing together and how vast it is and how absolutely stunning the South Island of New Zealand is. So you see it right here on the screen, and I'm just going to hit the play button and I want to just show you some of these amazing, amazing vista views. And I'm just going to let it play for a second. So Fiordland National Park is phenomenal because you see these gorgeous peaks. And look at this, all the way down here in the valley. What I want you to imagine as a little teaser is that you're literally traversing all the way through the base of the valley. And then you go up in between the peaks to get to a high point. So you can see all of these peaks around you. It's just outrageous. I mean, look at how gorgeous this is. So what I want to do, and I'm so grateful for this pilot allowing me to use a couple of the snippets, and I'll make sure to credit him down below if you want to look at more of the stuff that he's done, but it really gives you a sense of the landscapes. It gives you this opportunity to really feel what it is like to be there and to take these scenes in. It is profound. It is one of the most beautiful landscapes on earth. And this right here gives you a really cool sense of what it is like to be in Fiordland when all of the tops of the peaks are dusted with snow, but everything down in the basin is going to be more lower alpine to rainforest terrain. So that's the first really awesome thing that I want to show you. Now I want to exit out of the screen for a second and pull up something else really, really fantastic that I'm excited to share with you too. I've got 1,000 windows open. So let me just get back to this now too. I found this really amazing thing called FatMap. And check this out. What FatMap will do is it gives you an opportunity to put in the adventure that you have done, or you could track it in real time, and it will actually show the entire journey that you've been on. So what I'm going to be doing for these videos is I'm going to actually show the starting point, where the boat tour actually arrives to the first hut, what we do on every single day. So if you were to follow this here, it's day 1, day 2 goes up the high pass, day 3 gets you to the end, and then you take a cruise through the Milford Sound. So it's amazing because what we're going to be able to do is animate this. So every single day you get a really beautiful sense of where on the trail we are together. Now, the last thing that I want to show you is the magic that happens behind the scenes. This is where my timeline currently sits. I've got a lot of work to do to build this timeline out. This is Adobe Premiere. If you aren't familiar with this, this is basically a video editing software. It's one of the most common video softwares to use. And soon you are going to see a lot more things on this screen with different visual elements. But what you can do is you can basically drag different elements in, and it will allow you to piece things together along with music, other transitions, and things like that. But what I want to show you as a little sneak peek in addition to the helicopter footage is this beautiful music that I found that just captures the gorgeous terrain of the Milford Track. So I want you to picture that helicopter footage and then this. Just listen. my God, I seriously just want to transport you to this world. Let's go back to the camera. I cannot wait to transport you to this world. This music I have had in my library for a few years now, and every time I listen to it, I'm transported to that place. One of the things I'm so passionate about when traveling is creating musical memories, because when we can stimulate different parts of our brain visually and through auditory or other senses, it actually ingrains the memories better. So I want to create musical memories for you as you get to experience the episodes with me. So this is my big boy project this week, and it's the perfect week to do it because woke up to over 12 inches of snow today. Happy May 6th, everybody.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful.
The second thing that I'm going to be focusing on this week is going to be doing some outreach to different local businesses and adventure experiences. What I have on tap so far that I'm building some awesome relationships with is a local cafe in Heber. It's this just killer spot. They're posting outstanding food like honey lattes and salmon toast and just these beautiful dinner dishes that I want to try out and feature them. And they're a new restaurant, so I want to help bring them up in the scene. And Heber is just the cutest town, but has tons of restaurants, has an amazing small town, quaint vibe. And the other place that I'm going to be working with, hopefully, and planning an episode with, is a local company that does dog sled rides and actually competes in dog sled competitions, but they do it all with rescue dogs. So I'm really excited about the opportunity to actually be on a dog sled with these beautiful animals, the most favorite animals for me, which are dogs. And so I'm going to be building those relationships this week. So I'm creating this really mindful balance of focusing on the footage that I already have, while at the same time being able to create new relationships and feature the community that I live in and love. So that is your weekly rundown. I would love to hear back from you on two things, because I've got some mega projects with the Milford Track. I got some different outreach I'm going to be doing, and I'll keep you up to speed on all of those things every single week. But I'd love to hear from you on two things. How are you loving the setup behind me? And two, what are your thoughts on what would be the most fun way for you to consume a multi-day experience of hiking the Milford Track? Do you like the idea of one massive video, or maybe a video with like some key highlights? Or do you want it to be spaced out so you can like binge watch these episodes and carry you through the journey? I'm a little biased. I want to do multiple episodes, but I would so love to hear from you. All right, with that said, I'm gonna get to editing. I'm gonna throw on a sweater because it is chilly on this May day, and I can't wait to see you in the upcoming episodes and updates. Thanks for being along the ride here at Explore This, where it's all about seeking adventure, tasting the world, and discovering everything. Looking forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you next time. I literally just wasn't sure if that loom recorded that I did for you, and it looks like it did, so we are good to go. All right, let's wrap this up. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I'm gonna guess that because you're here and made it to the end, that you absolutely love what this show and this episode was about. So take a second, like this video, then go ahead and give me some love in the comments. Let me know, what do you want to see more videos of, whether it's destinations or behind the scenes insights that I've learned along the way. And last but certainly not least, my friend, go ahead and subscribe to Explore This, where we are going to be discovering all the things in this amazing world that are epic, fun, beautiful, and my personal favorite, tasty. So go ahead and subscribe, because then you will get the latest notifications when I release my next episode, and you can join this journey of exploring the world with me. I'm looking forward to having you along for the ride, and I'll see you next time.